Hello everyone, how to simplify this nice algebraic expression. So if we have square root of 14 times of square root of 5 minus 30, we write this algebraic expression into the simplified form. But here you remember one thing is that calculator is not allowed in this problem. So we will solve this without using the calculator. So the very first step we are going to do is here first we need to focus on this 30, and we write this 30 as this is 14 times of square root of 5 minus we write this 30 as 6 times of 5. We know that 6 times of 5 becomes 30. And now here after that we apply here this nice rule. You know that if you have a equals to, we write this a as square root of a multiplied by square root of a. So according to this rule we will write this algebraic expression as in this form. This is 14 times of square root of 5 minus this is 6 times of 5, and we replace this 5 as square root of 5 multiplied by square root of 5. And now after this step you see here we have a square root of 5 with the common term, so that we will take common square root of 5, and the remaining terms are, when you take common square root of 5 from here we will get 14 minus when you take common square root of 5 here we will obtain 6 times of square root of 5 and its whole square root. Okay, so here we can apply the radical law. So you know that if we have a multiplied by b and its square root, so we write it as square root of a into square root of b. So according to this radical law we will rewrite this expression as in this form. So we can write this square root on this term and this whole term as well. So we write it as square root of 5 into square root of 5. So we have 2 times square root of 5 multiplied by, here we can write the square root on this term, and it will be written as 14 square root of 14 minus 6 times of square root of 5. And now here in the next step uh, you see here if we have a square root, it means that we write it as into the exponent form is 1 over 2, and if you have 2 terms of square root, it means that we write this in this form, a to the power of 1 over 2 to the power of 1 over 2. Okay, so according to this rule we can write these two square roots are in this form. So we write it as 5 to the power of 1 over 2 and its whole power 1 over 2, and it is multiplied by square root of this is 14 minus 6 times of square root of 5. So here we will break this 14 as 9 plus 5. We know that 9 plus 5 becomes 14, and this is minus 6, and we write this minus 6 as 2 times of 3 and multiplied by square root of 5 and its whole square root. Okay, so that here we need more simplifications, and now here we apply the exponent law. You know that if we have a to the power of m to the power of n, it is equals to a to the power of m multiplied by n. So according to this rule we will multiply these two exponents, and it will be written as 5 to the power of 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, and here we have this is square root of 9 plus 5, and now we write this 9 as 3 square, and plus we write this 5 as square root of 5 and its whole square. Okay, you see, if you see here these 2 and square root are gone, and we again get this 5, and here we have this is minus 2 times of 3 times of square root of 5. So here we need to focus on this term inside the square root sign. So if you see here, this is the nice algebraic formula. You know that if we have a minus b whole square, it is equals to a square plus b square minus 2 times of ab. So according to this rule, if you can see inside this term, you see here our a is 3 and our b is square root of 5. So again, this to be the formula, and here you have this is again our a and this is b. So you see here, this is a square plus b square minus 2 times of ab. So when you combine all of these terms in this form, then we write this term as a 5 to the power of, this is 1 over 2 multiply 1 over 2 equals to 1 over 4, and square root of this is this will be written as 3 minus square root of 5 and its whole square. So now after this step, you see here these 2 and square root are gone, and when we cancel this term, then we get the remaining term is positive, because we know that inside the square root sign is always positive value. So we write this as, this is 3 minus square root of 5 mod. So here we need to use the definition of absolute value. So you know that the definition of absolute value, it is stated as if you have x mod, we write it as it is positive x if our x is greater than 0, and it is negative x if our x is less than 0. Okay, so now here the value of this absolute function or absolute value is depend on all of the inside of this value. Okay, so here we need to focus on this value. If this value positive, then our mod become positive value. If this value is negative, according to this definition, this will be written as negative. Okay, so now, but here you see that if you can find the square root of 5, then you see here. So now we need to focus on inside of this term. You see here, this is 3 minus square root of 5, and we know that a square root of 5 equals to 2.2360, and when you subtract this value by 3, then we will obtain here 0.76 and 39. So you see here the value inside of this mod is greater than 0, because this is 0.7 and 0.7 is greater than 0. So if this is greater than 0, according to this definition of absolute value, if our x is greater than 0, it is equals to x only. So you see here 3 minus square root of 5 greater than 0, so we will write it as, this will becomes 5 to the power of 1 over 2 into, this will becomes a positive value, it is 3 minus square root of 5. And this is the our final answer of this question. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos.